Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about the signs to identify a fake friend. Sometimes we have people that come close to us so they can see, they can try to make us downfall, to see break us breaking down. That's because somehow they live in the darkness. And I mean by it, they went through some really challenging experiences while they were growing up, and they suffered. They only know sadness. They only know resentment. They only know anger. And so if they see that you bring light, that you are happy, that you can deal with things in a way that is more harmonious, and they won't stand that. They can't stand that. So they will try to do whatever it takes to tear you down. And I mean, I always have had this thing about me that I was always laughing, making jokes, always, I was always joking around, and even in going through struggles in my own life, I always try to be the happiest version of myself, and people didn't like that about me. And I mean, the people that I'm going to describe now, or the people that serve me in the purpose to really understand what a fake friendship looks like, and what are these signs, so I can now be able to share with you. This situation happened to me, unfortunately, but also fortunately, because if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be able to quickly recognize what is a fake friendship, and I wouldn't be able to be sharing with you. So let's start for the first time. They always will bring up all the things that make you insecure. For example, I had this fake friend, that was always telling me how fat I was, how I needed to lose weight, and then I realized that she was extremely, extremely jealous of me, and that she was doing black magic to me. Also, if you have a feature about your body, or even something related to your relationships, that person will always bring that up to make you feel that insecurity, so you can match their energy. When you come around that person and you are happy about something, or even about being alive, about life, whatever, and you are in a higher vibration that day, and you just contagiously, and they will bring up a topic to make you feel upset. For example, if you do have some lousy or some bad relationship with your own family, or with a parent in specific, they will bring a situation that made you upset. Like, for example, I had my grandmother. My grandmother was really toxic. She's a narcissist. And so I used to tell my friend, my grandma does me this, does me that, and it really upsets me and stuff like that. What they do is like, oh, did your grandmother did you this? Is she still being having that bitchy behavior and whatever? They will bring that up so you can exceed that memory and become upset with that. Okay? Every time that you share something that you conquered, something that really made you truly happiness and feel like you succeeded something, the person will smile like, but it will be a forced expression like this. Hey, yeah, I'm so happy for you. And it won't be genuine, like truly genuine expression will be like, oh my God, I'm truly happy, I'm so happy for you, oh my God, I'm gonna cry or something like that. It doesn't mean that you need to cry or you need to cry, but it will be like coming from the heart. It will be something that will be more expansive, it's more. And sorry, I have to make a stop. Talking about jealousy and people that makes you pissed off. There is some security here in the mall of Vasco da Gama that is constantly trying to pick on me when I'm sitting here. It's more calm here, there's not a lot of people, but the other securities, they don't say anything, but she is the only one that comes and pick with me. She doesn't like me. Thankfully, she's not my friend and I don't want to. So, let's see the next sign. So, the next sign is that when you share something that you conquered, that you achieved, that person will interrupt you and will start to bring up all a role of conquerors that you made. For example, you did get your driver's lesson and then you brought a new car. And you are really excited by that you really was challenging, that it took a lot of time and effort for you to achieve that. The person will go, but I also got my driver's license and I got this new car that was offered to me, and also I did have this high grades in school, whatever. So the person will make this situation something that is about her or about him and not about you. So your achievement loses value. It's like it's not that big importance. The other situation, it's when you say to someone that you like a person, like that you fell in love for someone, or that you have a crush on someone, or that you love some kind of clothes or some kind of thing, she wants what you want, or what you have. The person tries to steal your boyfriend, or the person tries to be with your crush. And I will share a story of mine. When I was younger, I had this girl that was my friend, and the day that I said I had a crush on someone that was from the church that we went to, and the day that I told her that I had this crush on that guy, that she wasn't interested at all, before I told her, that day, we went to the cinema all together as a group, and she sit beside him, and she started to flirt with him, and then she started to make out with him, so in front of me, and it was really painful for me. It was really sad, and I was really upset. I started to cry, And then people started to ask what's going on, what's happening. And I was like, I told her today that I had a crush on him, and she started to make out with him in front of me. And then when they asked her if that was true, she said she didn't know. That I never told that to her, and it was like really, really. I was really upset with that. I was really, really upset. It was really hurtful. But that don't happen because she was fake. She didn't really like me. She was, So, the next sign is when the person is a fake friend, they will try to humiliate you in public. And what does it mean? If you are in a group of people and then they are talking about everything, whatever, then they will share the most embarrassing things that you ever done. The most embarrassing things, the most embarrassing experiences, the most embarrassing secrets that you share with that person. She or he will tell. And to make you feel uncomfortable. And they will laugh about it, they will make you feel, or they will also share things that were intimate for you, that you share them to them because you trust them. That person will share with others. Understand this? So it's really something that can be really hard. So I'm gonna share a story about this. Well, I had this friend, and I made some pictures and I shared with her. And then what she did, she started to share with her friends too, that I didn't even know. And I was really upset for her doing that because I didn't give her permission. So she broke my trust. Also, I decided I had this idea to make an event to charity. With the association she was working with or volunteering with, and I had this idea to bring an hip hop class to that association because I had this teacher, my hip hop teacher, and I thought I could ask him to do a free class there, so that the children and the younger people that were living there, that were orphans, they could really have a different day. They really bring the happiness, So I talked with her, and she agreed with that, and then I went to talk with my teacher, and he said yes. So yeah, perfect. And also, we would do an activity, and I would bring also a friend that I had at the time that was from holistic therapies. She was the one that brought me to spirituality. And I said, do you agree to make an activity after the class? And she said, oh, okay, of course, let's do it. And then we said, okay. Then we created a WhatsApp group to make the arrangements to all of that. She was constantly in the WhatsApp group where my dance teacher, because I was having classes with her, and my dance teacher was there and my friend, and she was always trying to find something to blame me or to make me feel bad for. Some things that didn't even make sense, but she tried over and over and over to do something to make me feel bad. And I was trying to maintain my calm, because what I wanted was to create a great, loving, happy moment for those kids and those young men that were living in that institution. And I didn't want it to bring more drama, because for sure they are used to be surrounded by drama, and I don't want it to bring that. So I maintained my calm. I started to breathe, and I started to really get upset, but still I didn't lose my temper. And I was patiently waiting for the day that would. Then after that, she said, okay, we need to do a campaign to get food to the institution because they need it. And I said to her, do you need anything else? And she said, no. If there's only that. She gave me a list of food, and I said, only this? If people want to bring more or whatever? And she said, no, it's just that list of food. The rest they have it. Okay. So I went to my boss, which was the same boss as she has, because we worked in the same place, but I was in the first floor and she was in the 0 floor. I don't know what it's called. So, and then I talked with her and I said, well, we have this idea. We need to bring this grocery to this institution. Can you help me with that? And she said, of course. I gave her the information. She arranged a box where people would drop there the food and the donations, and I was really happy. It was really easy to make the people contribute, because there were a lot of contributions, and as the box were being so full that the food was around the box, and I was really happy because there was a lot of people that wanted to contribute. Then maybe 3 or 4 days before the day of the event, she passed through the floor and she saw that, and she was jealous as hell. She was so jealous that she went to her colleagues, because she didn't did anything until then. She went to her colleagues and started to ask them to bring food and clothes. And she didn't tell me to bring clothes. She did it just to compete with me. After that, at the day that there was a van that went to pick up all the things that we gathered, my boss came to me and asked, like, Susana, wasn't it just food that were necessary? Because Wanda brought food and clothes. And I was like, yes, but she's the one who has the contact with the institution. So she was the one that told me that were only necessary the food. So if you want to ask someone, ask directly her. She was like with me when we had this conversation. And she was like, she had to make up an excuse to justify what she already done. Well, I was happy that they could have and more clothes, and fortunately also my friend Marta with her therapy center, they brought also clothes to give to them, and toys also, and it was a pleasant surprise for me. So we went to pick that up at the day of the event, and we brought to them. And then, but the thing with her was that she was really trying to compete with me, and she wanted me to look bad in front of my bosses, and it didn't work out because I am authentic and I am honest, and I was really truly sincere, and that's why our evil plan didn't work. So the last, because of this story, a fake friend will always be in competition with you. He will try to compete every single time with you with the most stupid things you can even imagine. So be aware of the signs, and take really good care, because a fake friend can really easily destroy your life. Thank you very much for watching.